Good evening to one and all. This is Dr. Magant Venkatesh, Associate Professor and HOD A&ML, Aditya University, Surampalem. I am very delighted to announce you and make you all welcome for this particular live event for our online certification course of 10 days, which is data visualization with Power BI and Tableau. And as part of Aditya Learning Academy, we have started this initiation for online certification courses in order to upgrade the students as well as the faculty and industrialists. Here I welcome you all for this particular happy learning event, and there are almost 338 members have been registered for this particular online certification course. Let's go ahead into the course. Once again, I welcome you all for this particular online certification course on data visualization with Power BI and Tableau. As part of this, the course outline, it is a 10 days program, and in the first day, that is today, we are having the topics to be covered are introduction to data visualization and Power BI, and features and the components and the services that are part of your Power BI. And in the second day, we'll go with how we can create charts and graphs as part of the Power BI. And third day, we'll be having data modeling as part of the Power BI. On fourth day, we'll be writing DAX functions as part of the Power BI. On the fifth day, we'll be having the data modeling and how they can be projected as part of the Power BI dashboard. On the sixth day, we'll be having the Tableau workspace as well as the stories as part of the Tableau. In the seventh day, we'll be working on the data preparation and creating charts as part of Tableau. On eighth day, we'll be working with LOD expressions as part of Tableau. And in the ninth day, we'll be working with filters in Tableau. And finally, we'll be concluding with the Tableau dashboards. And the thing is, these Power BI and Tableau are both the data visualization tools in order to improve the business. And today's agenda, as part of, first we'll be going with what is business intelligence, and then I'll be having the introduction to the data visualization. And as part of the introduction part of the data visualization is concerned, we'll be having why is the data visualization so much of having the importance, and second one is the types of data visualization and the tools that are required in order to have this data visualization, and finally we'll be having the best practices as part of the data visualization is concerned. On the other hand, we also introduce what exactly the Power BI, that is one of the data visualization tool, and what are all the benefits of Power BI and components, architecture, and finally the building blocks and how the user interface of our Power BI will be available. And before starting the class, I am telling you today will be the theoretical session, nothing to do with the practical. Before starting our practical things, first we must be well aware of different terminologies that are going to be used as part of your business intelligence or data visualization or the data visualization tools like Power BI or Tableau or some other data visualization tool is concerned. Once we are familiar with all these particular parts, then we will dive into the practical essence from tomorrow on. And as part of the first thing is concerned, we having the business intelligence. What exactly the business intelligence is? It's nothing but a data analysis process which helps the businesses to improve their performance and the decision making. In the sense, first we will be having a large data set, and using that particular data set we will be performing some analysis on data that is part of the data set, and so that what we can do is how the business can be improved. We will be having the performance metrics as well as the decisions can be made so that the business can be improved further or in the future. As part of this business intelligence is concerned, the different tools will be helping in business in different ways. The tools that help in business in order to manage the large amount of data that is coming from different data sources. For example, the different data sources may be your Excel, or maybe the live content which is getting generated from a different social media, or the content that is getting generated from other IoT devices, etc. And identify the market trends. As part of the market is concerned, day to day the trend is going to change, and based on the market trends, how you can manage your data or how you can make your decisions in order to make your business to be improved much more. The best example I can give you is on stocks. On which particular stock I have to invest in the stock market, I can get the market trend and accordingly I can invest it. And forecast the future results. Based on the future results, I will be based on the current or historical data. What I'll be trying to do is I will be focusing on how the future is going to be. And next thing is nothing but spot the business trends. As part of the business is concerned, from day to day your statistics is going to change, and how based on these particular things how I can make the changes or how I can make the decisions in order to improve my business according to the trends that the market is following. Based on all these particular things, there are tools available in order to identify all these things. And the different key components that is part of this business intelligence are the data visualization, business analytics, embedded analytics, and finally the marketing intelligence. As part of the data visualization is concerned, how the data can be visualized, because the visualization will be having a much more impact when compared to theoretical sense is concerned. So the key component as part of the business intelligence is nothing but the data visualization, so that it can be understood for technical as well as the non-technical people as well. And second thing is business analytics. Using our business intelligence or this particular data visualization tools that is part of this business intelligence, what we'll be doing is we'll be performing some analytics on the business trends, and I will be following it. And embedded analytics. As part of embedded analytics is concerned, we will be having a different types of trends that we'll be following, and finally we will be having a complete dashboard, and that dashboard is responsible for presenting the data at a case. For example, sales related to t-shirts are how much, sales related to mobiles is how much, sales related to some other electronic components is concerned. We can collect the data as part of your Amazon, and we can present it on this particular dashboard, so that in the Great Indian Festival, how many different components has been sold at a particular level or on a particular date, on a particular period, that we can extract it using our dashboards. And finally, marketing intelligence. As part of the marketing intelligence is concerned, based on the market, how it is moving, on which components it is moving, finally we will be having the calculation on that, and we will be impacting our market. The best example is, for example, now we will be having the fans. In that particular fans, we are having normal model, inverter model, and third one is now the trend is BLDC. And this BLDC is going to consume less power, but it is having a huge amount of cost to be invested initially. So how many people will come to the BLDC? That is nothing but, as the cost is high, does the people will invest on it or not? We must be having clear sense that can be done by making use of this marketing intelligence is concerned. Now I'll be introducing the data visualization. What exactly the data visualization is? The data visualization is responsible for having a graphical representation for your data. And here, as part of the graphical representation is concerned, we'll be having many visual elements. Among them, we'll be having charts, graphs, maps, and infographics. As they are shown here in this particular diagram, we having maps, we having bar charts, we having something like line charts, etc. And different charts like pie charts are also visualized here. And when these visual elements has been used, what we can do is the data visualization tools will be providing an accessible way in order to see and understand, not only for the technical people, even non-technical people can see that particular charts, can see that particular graphs, and easily they can identify what exactly is happening there. And it also responsible for understanding your trends, your market trends and outliers, that is nothing but out of the box which items are nowhere required for us, as well as the patterns as part of the data is concerned. With a vast amount of data is being generated daily, this visualization of data will be drastically helping our business analysts in order to making the informed decisions, identifying the trends, and finally communicating the insights effectively. So that means, for example, if I take something like any component or any electronic device, I should make a decision based on how many number of customers have already purchased this particular thing and what is the rating that is provided. In our Flipkart or Amazon, the visualization will be given how many number of fellows has given the 5-star rating, how many have given the 4-star rating, something like that. The ratings will be get provided. By seeing those particular thing, I can have an informed or the decision can be made so that we can invest on that particular product. And the next question comes is, we having what exactly the data visualization is. Now, why this particular data visualization is that important? That plays a crucial role here. As part of the data visualization is concerned, we will be concentrating on 4 different parts mainly. They are, first one, you need to understand the complex data. From day to day, huge amount of data is getting generated, and the data is getting generated from different data sources. Now the thing is, we need to integrate all that particular data into a single location and make a single data source, which is called as staging, and that particular data must be understood clearly. Then only any operation can be performed. And next thing is nothing but improved decision making. Using this particular data visualization tool, we can improve our decision making, either to invest on a specific stock or not, either on a specific day I can go out or not based on the temperature sort of things. And next thing is effective communication insights. By using our data visualization, by using our graphs, by using our charts, you can clearly communicate what exactly happening with your data. And finally, identifying the patterns and trends. As part of the data is concerned, once if you are visualizing the things, we need to identify what exactly the data is and what type of pattern I have to follow and which trend I have to follow. Everything we need to check out. So these are the 4 different things what your data visualization tool will be addressing. Hence, this will be very much important. And as I told you already, the easier interpretation of data. Whenever huge amount of data is coming, by not pictorial representation, if you want to manually read out all that particular data and if you want to make a decision, it is very harder. So what we do is, visual representations will make it easier to grasp what exactly your data is telling. And next thing is nothing but quick insights. As part of this particular data, whatever you're getting, by seeing a particular graph, you can tell that this is where the data is getting weak and this is where your statistics is going high. For example, if we take any cricketer as part of the 5 years, how his performance is. By seeing all the data, you cannot say, but if you see year by year statistics, then you clearly can say something like this year his performance has been degraded, and this year he has marvelously performed something like that. And that is nothing but the quick insights can be provided. That means you can follow trend, you can correlate, and you can tell the insights. And next thing is decision making. As part of your data is concerned, it enables faster and most efficient decision making whenever you're following any patterns or relationships, since the data is visualized clearly. And finally, enhanced communication. Whenever you are communicating to any business related people or non-technical people, if you're having visualization, you can easily tell them something like, you can convey the information either to the stakeholders or something like your team members or for the customers. By taking simple data, you cannot assume like you can have better performance with your customers or any stakeholders or something like that. But if there is a data visualization tool, and if you using that particular data visualization tool, you can present the data, and by seeing that particular visualization, we can clearly convey the information so that they will be get satisfied. And as part of the types of data visualization is concerned, we having different types of data visualizations. For example, I'll be having pie charts, I'll be having bar graphs, I'll be having line graphs, I'll be having scatter plots, etc. So there are different sort of things as part of this particular data visualization is concerned. In this, whenever we are having these many number of types of data visualizations, first we must be in a position of knowing to which particular data, which type of data visualization type we need to make use. Why? Because if we take two persons data and if you use something like scatter plot, there is no use. And if you take a single person's information and if you draw a line chart, there is no use. So whenever you're taking the data, first you need to identify, or first you need to think about what exactly the type of data visualization I have to make use. So here the first thing I'm having bar charts. When the bar charts will be used is whenever you're having the comparison between different categories or tracking the changes over time. For example, if you are having a particular student and this student how he is performing in different semester, then you can go for something like bar chart. Or if you want to have the comparison between 5 different departments, how the pass percentage is varying, then you can go for something like bar chart sort of thing. Then line charts. These line charts are responsible for specifying the relationship between two different variables. For example, based on X change, how Y is changing. That is nothing but a particular product, how many sales are happening. That means product to sales, if you want to get the information, then you're supposed to make use of these line charts. And next we are having pie chart. As part of the pie chart is concerned, we having showing the proportions and percentages among categories. So we will be having something like the vaccination has been given to whole India. The COVID vaccination has been provided to whole India. Now, how many number of ladies has get, how many men has get? If I want to get that particular information, then I can go for something like pie chart sort of thing. And in that particular thing, if how many men are below some 50 years, how many men are above 50 years, and how many women are behind your 50 years, and how many women are above 50 years. If you want to get that sort of information to be data visualized, then you can go for something like pie chart sort of thing. And also the scatter plots. As part of the scatter plots is concerned, if you are having some correlation between different variables, and if you want to have something like outliers sort of thing, then you will be going for something like the scatter plot is concerned. For example, if you are having 100 students, and for these particular 100 students, if you want to present how many marks has been acquired in a specific subject, then you can go for something like scatter plot. And the thing is nothing but in this, whoever are below 40 or whoever are above 80, if I treat them as outliers, that means I want to get only the information between 40 to 80, then I can make use of something like the scatter plot of data visualization is concerned. And heat maps, as part of the heat maps is concerned, it is one type of mapping. Here the color coded grids will be available, and in order to present the complex data, or in order to show the relationship between different variables, then we will be going for something like heat maps. And histograms, if you are having the distribution over the numerical data, then I will be going for something like histograms here. And the best thing is nothing but your how much information that you are having as part of a student, and from time to time how he is presenting, then we can go for these particular histograms. And finally maps, as part of the maps is concerned, it is completely related to geospatial data. For example, in a country like India, there are some number of states, and in each state how the temperature is changing. Then if you want to get that particular information which is based on location, then we will be making use of something like maps concept. And the tools for data visualization, as part of the tools of the data visualization is concerned, we having many data visualization tools, but in the current year we having the best data visualization tools as the Tableau and Microsoft Power BI, which are ruling the world right now. Also, we having other things like Looker, Zoho Analytics, Sisense, IBM Cognos, just like your IBM Watson, and you having ClickSense, Domo, and Clifffolio, SAP Analytics Cloud, Elofin, Wadagraph, and Dundas BI. These are all the different data visualization tools which are available and which are famous as part of this particular current year is concerned. Basically, we will be making use of the data visualization tools as Microsoft Excel or Google Sheets can be used, and Tableau, Power BI, D3.js, and Matplotlib or Seaborn, which are the libraries of Python. These are the basic data visualization tools which every student or which every faculty or a business analyst or something like an industrialist will be focusing on. As part of the Microsoft Excel or Google Sheets is concerned, these are responsible for having basic charts and graphs, and these are used for simple visualization. The 3D sort of things cannot be performed easily as part of this Microsoft Excel or Google Excel sheets are concerned. And then we having the Tableau. In order to have a better data visualization, we can go for either Tableau or Power BI, since they are powerful tools in order to create interactive and shareable dashboards here. And here when we go for the Power BI, this is one of the business analytics for visualizing data and sharing insights as part of that particular thing. And one more thing, as part of the Power BI is concerned, it can work with the real-time data. That means you can connect directly to the IoT devices, or you can connect directly to the web, and directly you can get the information and you can present your insights. The best example is from day to day how a specific stock is performing in the stock market, that can be connected to your Power BI, and this Power BI, it's a business analytic tool, and it is responsible for getting the live data or the real-time data, and it is responsible for visualizing your data and sharing the insights at the specific moment. And D3.js, it's a JavaScript library for producing dynamic interactive visualization on the web. It will work with the web related data here. And Matplotlib or Seaborn, these two are nothing but the Python libraries which are responsible for generating static, animated, as well as interactive visualizations. When come with our best practices for the data visualization is concerned, we'll be having determine the audience and address their needs. This is the first best practice that we need to consider. Okay, determine the audience and address their needs. First of all, we need to know with which audience we are working on, what exactly their needs are, and accordingly you need to work. For example, with the filmmakers, you need to talk about the films, not about how you can buy the laptop. Okay, that will not work out. So first you need to determine who exactly the audience, and then accordingly you need to address their needs, then only you can focus on it. This is the first best practice that you need to follow as part of the data visualization is concerned. And next thing is choose the right visuals. Whenever you're presenting the data, already I told you what type of chart or what type of graph I have to use, you need to choose first of all. For telling how many number of scores, how many number of runs has been scored in 2024 by 5 different people, you should not make use of something like scatter plot. It won't work. The scatter plot must be shown like how many number of balls are thrown in the good line area, or something like up to the uh, something like mid pitch or something like that. And the next thing is nothing but use the structured layouts. Whenever you are presenting the data, it should be well structured. You should not scatter the data all over your dashboard. So it should be a structured layout. And next one is nothing but leverage the color hues. Whenever you are using or whenever you are presenting the data, you don't present the data with too many colors. It won't work. We need to make use of minimum color, and then the data should be projected in a correct way. And next thing is focus on the key areas. So whenever you are working with any data visualization tool, you need to concentrate on exactly what areas that you need to concentrate. And also whenever you are downloading a specific data set, you need to concentrate on which particular fields I have to present my data. So that is very important. You need to focus on the key areas. And next thing is keep it simple. Don't complicate the things. Don't complicate your visualization. Make it very simple and use simple techniques, use simple formulae, and you need to do it. And next thing is incorporate interactivity. So whenever I want to show in 2024 how many number of laptops has been sold by the Dell company, then we can have that particular interactivity must be there. In the left side, we will be having 4 or 5 companies, and whenever I click on a specific brand, that specific brand, how many number of components has been sold, that must be shown there. So there should be some interactivity must be there. You need to incorporate as part of that thing is concerned. And finally, add the clarity. So whenever you are presenting your data, you should present it in a clear way. That means whenever you're presenting data in the charts, you say something like this particular component belongs to this particular field. That means you need to provide the legends, you need to provide labels, you need to provide whatever is required. That is very important. You need to have the clarity. So these are all the different things that you need to follow. These are all the best practices whenever you're using any data visualization tool in order to visualize your data. Hope everyone understood what exactly business intelligence is and what is the role of data visualization as part of the business intelligence. And as part of the business intelligence, what are all the different tools available and their roles and responsibilities. Now we are introducing one of the data visualization tool, which is nothing but the Power BI. What is Power BI? It is a business analytics tool developed by Microsoft. Also, it allows the users to visualize the data and share the insights across an organization. For example, we are having 10 departments as part of the college. In these 10 departments, if I want to get the pass percentage of each and every department, then I can go for this Power BI and I can present a dashboard showing like how many number of students has been passed as part of each department is concerned. Also, if I want to show how many number of hospitals are available which are based on a specific treatment in each city, I can go for this particular Power BI and show that particular data visualization. Also, I can go for different players of different countries, how they are performing as part of a period of time. Also, I can present something like the temperature, how it is varying day to day in last 3 years. Such sort of information can be presented as part of your business analytic tool, which is nothing but the data visualization tool, which is nothing but your Power BI. And here it helps to transform the raw data into some interactive and shareable dashboards and reports. As already I told you, the data will be collected from different sources and it will come from wide varieties. And the data will be collected from different sources as well as the data will be in different formats. We need to collect the data at the same point of time. We need to collect the data from different types and we need to come on to a single type of data. We need to present in a single form. And then only we can pre-process and thereon we will be responsible for doing some visualizations and finally we can generate reports and we can present it to the market. And next thing is integrates with various data sources offering the tools to analyze, visualize and gain the actionable insights as part of the data is concerned. That's what clearly I told you. Your Power BI is one of the data visualization tool and it is one of the business analytic tool which is responsible for collecting the data from different data sources and transform the data into a single form and finally load that particular data into your data warehouse so that on that particular data warehouse you can provide some sort of analytics and finally you can present the reports. And here let me tell you, here I'm showing you the different sources from where your data can be extracted. Once the data is extracted, what we are trying to do is we are trying to give to our Power BI, which is nothing but data analytics tool. Once the data is given to this Power BI, this is responsible for visualizing the data in different forms. That is nothing but we are presenting the data in different forms based on the data that we are trying to get it. And from that particular reports, we'll be getting the insights. What are all the benefits of Power BI? We having numerous benefits of any data visualization tool. Among them, the Power BI will be having the most number of benefits. As part of the first thing is concerned, it is a single platform analytics interface. So let me tell you, as part of the Microsoft is concerned, this is the vendor for your Power BI and Power BI is having many different tools which are inbuilt by themselves, so that there are no requirement for external tools or external technologies which are not required, and this Power BI is having a single platform analytics interface. For everything they are having a solution. Secondly, we having personalized dashboards and reports. Using Power BI, you are responsible for having something like the dashboards can be personalized based on a scenario to scenario, based on person to person, based on company to company. You can personalize your dashboard according to your requirement. And accordingly, you can generate your reports personalized and you can present it. This is the second advantage of using your Power BI. as part of the third part is concerned, enables collaboration and big data analysis. As already I told you, as you are collecting the data from different sources and the data will be huge in number, and it is like some TBs or gigabytes of data will be coming as part of this particular things are concerned. We can have the collaboration and we can collect that particular big data, and you can have the analysis on that particular data which is collected from different sources. This is one more advantage as part of your Power BI is concerned. And the fourth one is AI is integrated. So artificial intelligence can take over, and in this particular one, from time to time how things are getting changed, accordingly your dashboard will be changed, your reports will be changed, and finally it will be addressed. So that is one more advantage as part of your Power BI is concerned. The best thing what I can tell you is the Copilot integration as part of your Power BI, which is nothing but an AI based tool. And next thing is you having seamless integration for multiple data sources. From the starting, we are discussing something like the data will be coming from numerous number of sources. Whenever the data is coming from numerous number of data sources, we need to integrate them and we need to get the meaningful insights from that particular data that is coming from different sources and different data, different types of data. And here that can be done as part of your Power BI is concerned. There are no restrictions as part of this multiple data sources is concerned. And one more advantage is it is having interactive UI UX features. That means UI stands for user interface and UX stands for user experience. As part of the UI UX is concerned, we can have much more interactivity as part of this particular Power BI is concerned. Next, we're having no dedicated technical support is needed. In order to generate reports or in order to present your data using Power BI, which is a data visualization tool, you no need of having any technical knowledge. Any person who can drag and drop can generate your data visualizations here. You can generate the dashboards. You can generate your something like reports here. So no technical knowledge, prior knowledge is required as part of your Power BI is concerned. Next one is anywhere, any device accessibility. The Power BI is a cross platform and it is a cross hardware sort of things, and it can connect to any device and it can work on any particular platform. So the thing is nothing but it can be used anywhere and on any particular device. For example, you can work on a simple gadget like your mobile phone or your tab or something like your personal computer, where not anywhere this particular Power BI can be accessed. And at any point of time, it is accessible if you're having a simple Outlook account. And next thing is nothing but data modeling. As part of this data modeling is concerned, once the data is collected, we will be having different models. Using this particular data models, we will be modeling the data. And here we will be making use of some expressions like DAX, and they are responsible for having a simple type of expressions which are responsible for creating the measures in your data. And the next thing is nothing but a scalability. As part of your Power BI is concerned, we can have a simple application to any sort of complex application can be visualized. So it's not only simple, it's nothing but scalable. That means to any large extent, your application can be developed. Hence, it's nothing but scalable. And next thing is cost effective. And out of the box, when we are going for this particular Power BI, if we are having the Outlook account, to some extent, we can make use of it. And it is less cost effective when compared to other data visualization tools as part of the market is concerned. And finally, enhanced security and data governance. As part of the Microsoft is concerned, it is highly having the security features as part of your data, since you can get the data in the real time. The security measures has been taken into consideration as part of the Power BI is concerned. So you can download the data, you can generate the reports, you can present as reports, so that you no need to think of how the security mechanisms can be used in order to present your data. You least bother about the security issues. The Power BI internally will be taking care of these particular issues. Now we are moving to the Power BI components. As part of the Power BI is concerned, we having a different components available. Among them, there are 8 different important components here. The first thing is the Power Query. Second goes for Power Pivot. Third one Power View and Power Map, Data Catalog, Data Management Gateway, Power BI Q&A, which is nothing but question and answers, and finally the Power BI Service. These are the 8 different components which will be playing crucial role as part of the data visualization tool Power BI is concerned. We will discuss each particular component in detail. As part of the components, I am putting in the left hand, and on the right side the key functionalities we are discussing here. As part of the first thing is concerned, the Power Query. As part of the Power Query, the name itself indicating here, we can write simple queries in order to extract, the transform and load your data as part of your Power BI is concerned. Here the data connection will be performed and then the transformation will be done. And next you can import, transform and finally perform some type of pre-processing techniques, which is nothing but cleaning your data. Once the data is cleaned, users can reshape and prepare the data to visualize that particular one as part of your dashboards or reports. And next thing is nothing but no need of any extensive coding knowledge. Simple drag and drops onto the fields will make the job for us. No need of any extensive coding is required as part of your Power BI is concerned. And next comes with Power Pivot. As part of Power Pivot is concerned, it is a data modeling component. As already I told you, once the data is extracted, once it is transformed and get loaded into your data warehouse, the next thing what we need to do is we need to model that particular data. As part of the data modeling is concerned, we will be having different components. One of the component is nothing but the Power Pivot. And as part of this, it will be having something like it allows the users to create complex data models, relationships and measures using DAX. DAX is nothing but data analysis expressions. These are nothing but a simple one-line code which is responsible for writing an expression in order to transform your data. The best example what I can tell you is, for example, there are sales and there are products. For example, for a particular product ID, over a period of time, how many number of sales has been performed. If I want to get that particular information, simply you can write a formula like sum of sales. So that what happens is nothing but from so and so year to so and so year, these many number of sales has been performed as part of a specific product ID is concerned. That is how the information can be extracted. So that's nothing but called as data analysis expression. You will be writing a single line code which is responsible for performing your action. The thing is nothing but over a period of time, if you want to get how many number of average sales for a particular product ID has been performed, then instead of using sum, we can make use of average of sales so that it is responsible for getting the sales average per year. So this is how the data analysis expressions will be helpful for us. That's what I have specified here. It is a formula language and it will be used in Power BI in order to create calculations, measures and customize your columns as part of your data model is concerned. And it is designed for relational data and handling larger data sets. In your Excel, whenever you are working with the formulas, it won't work with your relational data. It's a normal data. Then if you want to work with your relational data and if you want to handle huge data sets, then you have to go for this particular Power BI. Excel won't work out. And next there is something like Power View. As part of Power View is concerned, once the data is extracted, once it is modeled, it is responsible for presenting. That is the job of your Power View. That's nothing but it allows you to create interactive and dynamic data visualizations, and it can be like either a chart or plots or graphs, either the way you can make use and you can visualize your data. And next thing is it's a user friendly interface. Simply what you can do is whatever the columns on which you need to perform the operation, simply drag and drop it and finally it can perform the operation for you. You no need to have any sort of technical knowledge here or any programming background here. And data exploration and filtering without needing to write code or complex queries. There is no complex queries is required here. And finally, the reports can be exported to any PowerPoint presentation directly from your Power View here. And the next component is Power Map. As part of this Power Map is concerned, either the map can be a 2D view or 3D view. It can be having either 2D or 3D visuals. And also the best thing as part of this Power Map is concerned, you can map up with your Azure cloud sort of things. That means the real time updates and you can integrate with the services like ArcGIS and Azure Maps is concerned. And you can have the plot of geographic and temporal data. That's like geographical or temporal data in the sense the temperature related or stock market related or a particular geographical region related data can be presented as part of this particular Power Map is concerned. Next we are going for data catalog. As part of this data catalog is concerned, whenever your data is coming from huge number of repositories like different data sources, first you need to extract the data, then you need to transform into a single form, and finally you need to load that particular data into a particular region called staging as part of your data warehouse is concerned. That must be done and it is done as part of your cloud environment also. And it contains the metadata for facilitated search. Metadata is nothing but speaks about data about data. For example, if I want to get the information related to a specific player, then first I will be metadata with something like a cricket or any one sport name, so that it is responsible for getting the data about the data. So we can have contains a metadata for facilitated search. For example, if I say cricket, then it will be going to the cricket and then it will be searching for a specific player. If I say tennis, then it will be going to the tennis and then it will be searching for a specific information. Like if I say something a country name, it will goes to that particular country name. Then I can search for something that states available and I can select any one state so that the information will be visible for me. So that's nothing but the data catalog. And in this particular one more thing is it can give the permission whom to and what to access. That means we'll be having huge amount of data and the reports are available. All the reports cannot be shown to all the persons. So I can set the permissions like this particular data need to be visualized by a specific admin, by a specific manager, by a specific team lead, etc. And here we're having something like data management gateway. This is one of the most important thing as part of your Power BI components is concerned. As part of this data management gateway is concerned, it is used to connect on-premises server to the Power BI cloud. Why I have to connect my on-premise server to the Power BI cloud is the data, whatever the changes that is appearing as part of my on-site server must be time to time uploaded to your cloud. So only you will be having the updated data as part of it. So that if you do some reporting, that reporting will be a good one. If you are trying to perform the operations on the historical data, no way it will work out with your current data. Hence, your data management gateway will be playing a crucial role because it is the one who will be allowing your on-premises data server to be connected to your Power BI cloud, so that automatically the data will be get uploaded into it. The data can be up to date here. And next thing is Power BI Q&A. The best another feature with your Power BI is you no need to know a good English, or like an extensive knowledge is not required. A simple natural language is enough in order to ask the question. Automatically it will be understood and it will be representing your answers in a graphical or charted way, so that you will be having, like, you will be asking query in English and it is responsible for presenting the results in visualized form. That is the best feature you are having as part of your Power BI Q&A is concerned. And finally, Power BI service. As part of the Power BI service is concerned, it collects, it is responsible for having like a collection of apps, dashboards or reports that are built using your key metrics as part of your application is concerned. And here it is a cloud service. Actually, the Power BI service is nothing but a cloud service which is responsible for publishing your reports from Power BI desktop, and it is responsible for creating and editing dashboards, and also it is responsible for collaborating and sharing the reports and data sets with your colleagues in your company. And also it is set up a scheduled refreshes will be performed as part of your reports is concerned. Since this Power BI service will be internally making use of this data management gateway, so that what happens is whatever the data that you are getting here, that will be automatically uploaded to your Power BI cloud. Hence, whatever the operations that you are performing, it will be up to date. Hence, automatically the things will be get refreshed here. And here we are coming with the Power BI components in your Power BI architecture. As part of until now what we have discussed is what are all the different components that is available as part of your Power BI. Now as part of the Power BI architecture is concerned, wherever these components are get located, that is what we are concentrating here. And here as part of this architecture is concerned, we need to concentrate on 5 different parts. One is nothing but what are the data sources from which your data is coming. Either it is cloud related or database related or live data, like these things are concerned. Or another thing is nothing but normal historical data from your data sets, that is your Excel or CSV files. And next thing is nothing but these hundreds of data sources will be extracting the data from different data sources and will be given to your Power BI desktop. This Power BI desktop is nothing but the Power BI software which is installed on our machine, and this is responsible for taking the data and then publishing that particular data. And here these data sources will be connected to your Power BI service. That's what I told you. Whenever the Power BI service is nothing but a cloud based service here, into this particular thing the data will be connected and it will be stored. And here the important thing what we need to take care is nothing but this Power BI desktop will be internally having the Power BI gateways. The job of this particular Power BI gateway is nothing but taking the data from the real time and connect it to your cloud. So this is your local machine or your on-site server which will be connected to your cloud. So this is the job of this particular Power BI gateway. And Next thing is nothing but once the data is ready and it is thrown onto your cloud, here the cloud will be containing the up-to-date data. Onto this particular one, we will be performing some sort of operations. That is nothing but the data modeling will be performed, and finally it is responsible for presenting your reports or dashboards here. The ETL mechanism as part of the Power BI architecture. As I told you, in our Power BI architecture, we will be having different stages like extraction of data from different data sources. And once the data is ready, you need to transform it into a single form. And finally, you need to load it into one mechanism called data warehouse. So that is what I am trying to show it here. As part of here, the things is nothing but we are having different data sources here. Here the data is getting prepared and it can be in a TXT file, it can be an Excel file, it can be a CSV file, it can be a PDF file, or it can be any other format as well. So now what we are doing is nothing but we are trying to get the information from different data sources in different formats, and finally you are getting into single form here by using the transformation. The transformation is nothing but it is a data modeling will be happening here. Here that the data cleaning operation will be performed. A simple thing is nothing but, for example, if some of the columns are missing or some data is missing as part of your data whichever come from different data sources, then what we do is here we will be performing some pre-processing task. Hence once the pre-processing is performed, automatically your data will be cleaned up. Once the data is cleaned, then the load operation will be performed. And let me tell you one thing here. Here, whenever the transformation is happening, here there will be some pre-processing techniques will be performed. Pre-processing in the sense it will be addressing the cleaning of data. That means it deals with something like missing values, etc. These are all the different things what will be considered as part of this transformation is concerned. And once this data is addressed, that means when once the cleaning of data is completed, obviously all the data which are coming from different sources in different formats will come into a single format and in a single type. This is the thing which happens. And once the data is of the single form, then what we can do is we can load the data into this particular data warehouse. This particular part is called as a staging concept. And once the data is loaded into the data warehouse, this data warehouse, on this particular data warehouse, you can have something like data modeling can be performed, and based on these particular models or DAG expressions is concerned, what you can do is you can present your data onto the dashboards or onto the reports. The best thing is nothing but dashboards is nothing but collection of reports here, and report is a single report. And finally the scorecards, any type of visualization, I mean all these particular visualizations finally they can be presented to users. That is nothing but the end user, either he may be a customer, either he may be a business tycoon or some other user, whoever it might be. This is how the process or the architecture of Power BI will be there. In this particular Power BI architecture, this plays a crucial role. That is nothing but extraction, transformation, and loading. These are the three different components which plays crucial role as part of this Power BI architecture is concerned. And next comes building blocks in Power BI. As part of the Power BI is concerned, we will be having a different building blocks. That is nothing but important things that we need to consider. First thing is nothing but visualization. As part of the visualization is concerned, it is responsible for visually representing your data by using either pie chart or line graph or some other charts is concerned. And next thing is nothing but data sets. Whenever you go with your Power BI, first what we require is data. The data can get from different data sources, and among them one data source is nothing but the data sets. This data set mean what it means is nothing but data set will be containing huge amount of data, and this data is nothing but an historic data. That means already the data is available, and these data sets can be downloaded across different repositories, and those repositories can be either like your Kaggle or something like UCI repository or something like ACM repository or something like IEEE repository. Any from any one of the repository you can download this particular data set. But whenever you're downloading this particular data set, you should take care of something like either they are having the reputation or not, either the data is correct data or not. Even I can prepare the data and I can upload to any source, but you must not take that particular one. It must be having some type of like marking, so that then only that particular data must be taken here. And here the data sets is nothing but collection of data that Power BI uses to create the visualizations here. Here the examples can be either it can be Excel sheet, or it can be the data from your Oracle or SQL server or PostgreSQL or whatever it might be. And next component or the next building block is nothing but the reports. As part of the reports are concerned, it is collection of visualizations. Either it can be a sales report, or it can be logistic performance, or it can be a student scorecard. Anything, it can be a report. And next thing comes something like dashboards. As part of the dashboard is concerned, as part of the report is concerned, as already told you, it will be a single report. A report related to a sales of a specific product ID. In the dashboard, what I can do is nothing but I can get the sales of multiple products and I can show it. That's nothing but the dashboard. It integrates one or more visualizations into one page layer. Example, the city dashboards can have pie charts, geographical maps, etc. And finally, tiles. As part of the tiles is concerned, it is a single visualization in a report or on a dashboard. Example, bar chart, dashboard or report. So I will explain this particular tiles and dashboards and reports, data sets and visualizations as part of the real-time environment, which is nothing but your Power BI pages is concerned. And as part of the basic building blocks of Power BI, out of those 5, there are some other parts. Here they are nothing but the workspaces. Workspace is nothing but the actual area where you will be working with your Power BI. That is where your data visualizations will be displayed. And it is nothing but a collaboration spaces for managing your Power BI content. And next comes data flows. Data flow in the sense how the ETL is performed as part of your data. That means how ETL pipelines are responsible for transforming and combining your data. And next comes something like Power Query. As part of this Power Query is concerned, why we will be making use is it will be used in your transformation state. That means unused data will be taken off, it will be cleaned, and hence the transformation of data will happen. That means whenever data is collected from multiple sources, you can't assume the data is unique. So you should get into unique format. How you can get it is nothing but using this Power Queries. That means simple DAG expressions, you will be cleaning them and you will be getting the data here. And Power BI desktop. As part of this Power BI desktop is concerned, it is an application for building your reports. And then Power BI Service. It is a cloud-based platform for sharing and consuming your reports. Mobile app. This is where your application, whatever the reports that has been generated, that can be thrown onto your mobile devices. And data model. It is responsible for defining what is the relationship between two different fields and how calculations can be performed between two different tables. And DAX is nothing but the custom expression which is used to perform your simple to complex calculations. And apps is nothing but packaged collection of reports and dashboards. And gateway, it is responsible for connecting your on-premises data to the cloud server in order to have a refreshed data or up-to-date data. Now we will discuss about how this Power BI interface will be available for us. As part of the Power BI user interface is concerned, this is how it looks like for us. As part of this, the topmost portion, these are nothing but called as menu. As part of this menu is concerned, we'll be having different set of options that we can select and use it. And as part of these particular parts, under every menu, we will be having different set of options will be available for us, which simply called as a ribbon or a menu list as part of your Power BI is concerned. This is the first and foremost component that we need to check over as part of your Power BI user interface is concerned. And in the next stage, we will be having something like visualizations on the right hand side. This, whenever we select on this particular thing, it is responsible for expanding or collapsing your panes. As part of this particular panes, visualization pane is concerned, we will be having filters, we will be having different visualizations, and we will be having different field panes, and we can select among them. See here, there are different visualization sort of things. Among these visualizations, either you can select something like a pie chart, or you can select a bar chart, or you can select something like a line chart or whatnot. Everything we can make use of it. And next thing is nothing but, as part of this visualization is concerned, we are having visuals panes here. Helps you to add visuals to your dashboard and format it. And let me tell you, here we are having some filters. This filter pane is responsible for adding the filters to your visual component. That means first we will be having two different fields. On those two different fields, we applied some type of visualization. Now we want to add a third component. Automatically, after adding the third field, what you can do is you can change the format to 2D to 3D, and you can have a better performance here. And as part of the data pane is concerned, this data pane will be containing whatever the data sets that you are loading into your Power BI, those will be displayed here as tables. And one more thing is, here as part of the data pane, you will be containing fields as well. That means here, if one data set is get loaded, for example, the data related to something like college. Inside that college, you will be having some information related to branch CSE, IT, AIML, etc. These are all the things will be coming as a single table here. Among them, in the CSE, again you will be having fields like student number, name, etc. So those become something like fields here. Each field will be having some set of data related to a specific student. That is the relationship between your data set to the table, to the field, to actual data. And next comes something like page navigation pane. Here, when we go for Excel, in the bottom we will be having sheets. Likewise, as part of your Power BI, we will be having pages. So upon requirement, we can click on this plus so that a new page can be added. So any number of pages can be presented as part of a single Power BI application is concerned. And as part of the left hand side is concerned, we are having three different things will be visualized. One is nothing but the report view, next one is data view, and third one is model view. By default, your report view will be highlighted. Then if you want to change it to data view, you can use your data view so that it is responsible for showing your data. And you are also having model view so that you can have the relationship between your data. And the last thing is nothing but here you're having something like dashboard canvas or workspace. This is where exactly whatever you build, those particular dashboards will be displayed here. Those reports will be displayed here. For example, sales related to a particular product. This is one thing. And next thing is nothing but pass percentage related to a specific college. And next thing is nothing but the number of runs scored by a specific player. So here this is a report, this is a report, this is a report which has been come from three different data sets. Now all these things are presented on a single page so that all these particular information can be viewed at a certain point of time, which will make it a dashboard. So these are all the different things whatever we are having as part of the Power BI user interface is concerned. Okay, now let me take a break for 5 minutes. We will be having a basic quiz sort of thing. Let us see how much part we have understood as part of these things are concerned. Again, welcome you all back. Here we will be having a normal quiz today. From tomorrow we will be having the live quiz. Everyone have to answer those quizzes in order to finally answer and pass out in the final quiz. So as part of the first question is concerned, choose the correct option from the list about Power BI. Select the correct answer here. Power BI does not provide secure and reliable connection to the data sources. Power BI allows you to create real-time dashboards. Third one is it is hard to connect Excel reports to Power BI. And final option is you cannot share Power BI reports. Among these four, choose the correct answer. You please write your answers on a piece of paper and check out finally your understanding here. The answer is, the correct answer is Power BI allows you to create real-time dashboards. Here Power BI provide the security and reliable connection. So here there should not be does not. It provides security. And the third thing is nothing but it is easier to connect. Why? Because your Excel is part of your Microsoft and this Power BI is also a Microsoft sort of thing. They are internal components, they can be easily connected. And you can share your Power BI reports. Okay, so these are the different things. So the correct answer is Power BI allows you to create real-time dashboards. Next thing comes Power BI supports web files to build reports. Here also select the correct answer. Either it is true or false. Power BI supports web files to build the reports. The answer is true. Why? Because already I told you Power BI is having an option like the real-time data can be connected directly and can be store the data into your cloud. That's nothing but the job of it is nothing but your gateway, Power BI data gateway, that is responsible for connecting your things here. Which of the following is not a component of Power BI? As part of your Power BI is concerned, we are having different components. As already we know, Power BI desktop is one of the component. Power BI view is another component. Power BI map is another component. Hence the admin out is your Power data. It is not your component of your Power BI. Next question, which of the following views are not present in the Power BI desktop? Select the correct answer. Here asking about which is not present in Power BI desktop. Data view is present or not? Visual view is present or not? Model view is present or not? Report view is present or not? Data view is present, modeling is available, reporting is available. Here the admin out is nothing but visualization view is not available for us. Okay, visualization as reports is available, but visualization view is not available. As already we have I showed you all these things on the left part. Next question is, Power BI dashboard is a dash page visualization to tell a story. Your dashboard is dash page visualization to tell a story. Either it is single or multi or double. Already I told you, your dashboard, you answer your answer. I am giving the explanation here. The dashboard is nothing but we will be containing a big environment in which multiple stories can be displayed, and each story can be treated as a tile. Okay, each particular report can be treated as a tile. So multiple tiles can be displayed on a single dashboard. Hence, your dashboard is nothing but a single page visualization in order to tell the story of a particular data set or multiple data sets. Dash are used to connect multiple data sources and build relationships between them. So what are used in order to connect multiple data sources and build the relationship between them? Either it is data manipulation or data views, or it is data models, or it is data visualizations. The right answer is it is nowhere related to manipulations. Data manipulation in the sense it is responsible for pre-processing, that is transformation state. And data view is nothing but the final, how the data can be viewed and how the data visualization can be performed. Okay, all these things are not used to connect multiple data sources. Finally, the thing is nothing but the data models. As already told you, in your transformation state, you will be using your data models, and they are responsible for taking the data from multiple data sources and build the relationship between them, and finally present a single format which is responsible for getting loaded into your like data warehouse is concerned. Hence the answer is your data models. Next one, a calculated dash does not create new data in the tables. Either it is measure or column. If you are adding the column, your data set is going to change. When we do the measures, a separate thing will be found, but it will not be creating any new type of data here. Okay. Hence, the answer is measures. Measures are nothing but the operations that you are going to carry out on two different fields or based on a field. The best example I can give you for your measure is getting the sum of sales as part of your product is concerned, or getting some average number of sales. Okay, this is nothing but measure. Next thing is in Power BI service, the visualizations on a dashboard are called as dash. So either it is canvas or tiles or reports. The thing is, as already I showed you earlier, on your dashboard you can present multiple reports, but these should not be called as reports on a dashboard. They must be called as a tile. So your answer is tiles. And the next thing, you can connect to on-premises data sources with a Power BI. Using what you can connect your on-premises data sources with your Power BI cloud is either it is gateway or desktop or dashboard or reports. Reports are nothing but your final output, and multiple outputs will form your dashboard. These are multiple outputs or multiple output views or multiple report views. And desktop is used to get the data from your multiple data sources and publish it onto your or hand over it to your gateway so that it will be published onto your cloud environment. So this is not. The gateway is the one which is responsible for connecting your on-premises data sources with your Power BI cloud. And next thing is Power BI allows teams to fetch data in the real time, either it is true or false. The answer is true, since it is the best feature of your Power BI is nothing but getting the real time data. Okay, these are all the 10 different questions which has been given for your understanding how much things that has been understood from our today's class is concerned. From tomorrow onwards, either in the first 10 minutes or in the last 10 minutes, we will be having the live quiz. Okay, based on those particular results as well, your certification will be dependent. Okay, and this is the end for our today's thing. And completely today we concentrated on theoretical part, since we must be well aware of the different terminology that is going to be used as part of any software is concerned. From tomorrow, we will be having the live demonstration. We will be taking the data sets. We will be working with data. The live data we will be working on, and we will be seeing different visualizations, and finally how we can prepare a dashboard. This is what we will be concentrating from tomorrow to the next 4 days. And from 6th day, we will be working on with other data visualization tool, which is nothing but your Tableau. And as part of from tomorrow's class is concerned, better you people connect on the laptops only. Why? Because when once your Power BI is installed on your machine, for the first 10 minutes or 15 minutes, I will be explaining how you can work with your Power BI using a specific data set, and I will be throwing the data set onto your chart box. You can download that particular Excel, and you can directly load it onto your machine, and you can do the visualization as well. So 10 minutes or 15 minutes explanation, and 10 minutes I'll be giving you the time in order to work out. Then we will be going for the next concept. This is how we will be working from tomorrow. So everyone, make sure that Power BI is installed on your machine. And in order to download your Power BI, just go to Google and get your Power BI download. and just go for Power BI download. And here you're having download Microsoft Power BI desktop from the official website. Go here and see you're having something like Microsoft Power BI desktop. Okay, this is the one which you need to download, Microsoft Power BI desktop, and go here and just say download, and it will be asking you either it is 32-bit or 64-bit. Based on your system configuration, go for 64-bit if it accepts you. Okay, and simply download this. Okay, and it will show something like this. Your Power BI will be get downloaded, and simply double click on it and install it by pressing next and finish. You no need to change any sort of configurations while installing. Once the Power BI is get installed, once open it and check out in the previous thing in our PPT, whatever the things that we have seen. These are the user interfaces which will be shown for you. This is how it will be visible. You see what are all the things available in your menu, in your visualization, in your paging, in your different views, etc. Once you are comfortable with this particular area, we will be working on this particular Power BI software from tomorrow. Thank you all. You can give your feedback in your chat box. If anything to be improved or if any suggestions, you can post it in your chat box. Thank you. Thank you very much for everyone who have connected and learned something. Thank you.